If you're watching this video, you've probably seen us play a lot of Commander Party rules over the years. But if you haven't, first of all, check out this playlist, okay? Because we got some good stuff. The games are so fun, and secondly, I cannot wait for you to learn about these casual in-store events. So there are extra rules added to a standard Commander game that bring the story of the new set to life. And for Lorwyn Eclipse, we'll be traveling between the planes of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. So let me tell you all about it. In Lorwyn Eclipse Commander Party, your regular game of Commander is going to be spiced up with travel between the twin planes Lorwyn Shadowmoor. Each plane has different in-game effects that reflect the bright and happy world of Lorwyn and the dark and dangerous mirror world of Shadowmoor. At the beginning of the game, you draw and mulligan your hand as normal, right? Easy, standard. Well, Commander, you get it. But then you draw and mulligan a second hand, setting aside that hand as your Shadowmoor hand. See where this is going? For the first 2 turns, you'll play a normal game of Commander, frolicking through the idyllic plane of Lorwyn. But after your first player's 3rd turn begins, the game adds some funky minigame rules. Starting on the 3rd turn of the game, at the beginning of combat, you're gonna roll a 6-sided die and get the following effects based on the result. Roll a 1, you create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. You roll a 2, you gain 3 life. You roll a 3, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. Roll a 4, draw a card. Roll a 5, at the end of combat, untap all creatures you control. Spells you cast this turn have Convoke. And if you roll a 6, you get your choice of any other Lorwyn effect, and when it leaves the stack, all players travel to Shadowmoor. So you roll a 6, and you get to pick your effect that you want, and then the player aid is moved to cover Lorwyn, and the game enters Shadowmoor. You'll place your hand down on the play aid and pick up that second hand that you drew at the beginning of the game. Now you're in Shadowmoor and you keep playing, but now it's dark and spooky, so the effects on that beginning of combat roll get hardcore. Roll a 1, you create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. You roll a 2, each opponent loses 3 life. You roll a 3, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. If you roll a 4, each opponent discards a card unless they blight 2. To blight 2, a player puts 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature they control. That's a new effect in Lorwyn Eclipse. You roll a 5, until your next turn, creatures you control gain when this creature dies, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control with a -1/-1 counter on it. And if you roll a 6, you get your choice of any other Shadowmoor effect. When it leaves the stack, all players travel to Lorwyn. Bouncing back and forth between planes, you'll play until you've defeated all of your enemies, or your friends, since that's who you're playing with. We got to play a game using the Commander Party rules, and it was a blast. And you can actually check out the game and see how fun it was yourself at the link in the description. And while you're down there, in that description, guess what? You can click a link to the store locator and find your nearest Commander Party event. They're running at local game stores between January 30th and February 5th, and between February 13th and 19th. So sign up for an event and get the Commander Play promo, a Farhaven Elf, while supplies last. All right, that's it for me. It's time to wrap this video up and return to Shadowmoor. Oh, evil. I'm evil now. All I see is darkness. You might wonder why. Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep. Boom. I realize this makes it hard to drive, so I'm probably going to get out of this at some point. But I actually didn't have to tell you any of that. The video will obviously cut before all of this, so I'll look spooky, not ridiculous.